Come have a seat in the Skald circle and hear the tale of Father Frost, as told by Casimir. Before we begin our tale, did you know that we release new stories for free every week on Wednesdays? Be certain to subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, Podbean, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. That way, you'll never miss out when we release free bonus stories other days of the week. Never forget, visit theskaldscircle.com to stay up to date with all of our current happenings, and to also visit our story archive, sorted by origin and region. Now then, this begins the tale of Father Frost. In a faraway country, somewhere in Russia, there lived a stepmother who had a stepdaughter, and also a daughter of her own. Her own daughter was dear to her, and always whatever she did, the mother was the first to praise her, to pet her, but there was little praise for the stepdaughter. Although good and kind, she had no reward other than reproach. What on earth could have been done? The wind blows, but stops blowing at times. The wicked woman never knows how to stop her wickedness. One bright, cold day, the stepmother said to her husband, "Now, old man, I want thee to take thy daughter away from my eyes, away from my ears. Thou shalt not take her to thy people into a warm Idspa. Thou shalt take her into the wide fields of the cracking frost." The old father grew sad, began to even weep, but nonetheless helped the young girl into the sleigh. He wished to cover her with a sheepskin in order to protect her from the cold. However, he did not do it. He was afraid his wife was watching them out the window. And so he went with his lovely daughter into the wide, wide fields, drove her nearly to the woods, left her there alone, and speedily drove away. He was a good man and did not care to see his daughter's death. Alone, quite alone, remained the sweet girl. Broken-hearted and terror-stricken, she repeated fervently all the prayers she knew. Father Frost, the almighty sovereign at that place, clad in furs, with a long, long white beard, and a shining crown on his white head, approached nearer and nearer, looked at this beautiful guest of his, and asked, "Dost thou know me, the red-nosed Frost?" "Be welcome, Father Frost," answered gently the young girl. "I hope our heavenly Lord sent thee for my sinful soul." "Art thou comfortable, sweet child?" again asked the Frost. He was exceedingly pleased with her looks and mild manners. "Indeed I am," answered the girl, almost out of breath from the cold. And the frost, cheerful and bright, kept crackling in the branches until the air became icy, but the good-natured girl kept repeating, "I am very comfortable, dear Father Frost." But Frost, however, knew about all the weaknesses of human beings. He knew very well that few of them are really good and kind, but he knew no one of them even could struggle too long against the power of Frost, the King of Winter. The kindness of the gentle girl charmed old Frost so much that he made the decision to treat her differently from the others, and gave her a large, heavy trunk filled with many beautiful things. He gave her a rich shuba lined with precious furs. He gave her silk quilts, light like feathers and warm as a mother's lap. What a rich girl she became, and how many magnificent garments she received. Besides all, old Frost gave her a blue sarafan, ornamented with silver and pearls. When the young girl put it on, she became such a beautiful maiden that even the sun smiled at her. The stepmother was in the kitchen, busy baking pancakes for the meal, which is the custom to give to the priests and friends after the usual service for the dead. "Now, old man," said the wife to the husband, "go down to the fields and bring the body of thy daughter. We will bury her." The old man went off, and the little dog in the corner wagged his tail and said, "Bow wow, bow wow, the old man's daughter is on her way home, beautiful and happy as never before. The old woman's daughter is wicked as ever before." "Keep still, stupid beast," shouted the stepmother, and struck the little dog. "Here, take this pancake and eat it, and say, 'The old woman's daughter will be married soon, and the old man's daughter will be buried soon.'" The dog ate the pancake and began anew. "Bow wow, bow wow, the old man's daughter is coming home wealthy and happy as never before, and the old woman's daughter is somewhere around as homely and wicked as ever before." The old woman was furious at the dog, but in spite of the pancakes and whippings, the dog repeated the same words over and over again. Somebody opened the gate. Voices were heard laughing and talking outside. The old woman looked out and sat down in amazement. The stepdaughter was there like a princess, bright and happy in the most beautiful garments. Behind her, the old father had hardly the strength enough to carry the heavy, heavy trunk with the rich outfit. "Old man," called the stepmother impatiently, "hitch our best horses to the sleigh, and drive my daughter to the very same place in the wide, wide fields." The old man obeyed as usual, and took his stepdaughter to the place and left her alone. Old Frost was there, and he looked at his new guest. "Art thou comfortable, fair maiden?" asked the red-nosed sovereign. "Leave me alone," harshly answered the girl. "Canst thou not see that my feet and my hands are about as stiff from the cold?" The frost kept crackling and asking questions for quite a while, but obtaining no polite answer, became angry and froze the girl to death. "Old man, go for my daughter. Take the best horses. Be careful, do not upset the sleigh. Do not lose the trunk." And the dog in the corner said, "Bow wow, bow wow. The old man's daughter will marry soon. The old woman's daughter shall be buried soon. Do not lie. Here is a cake, eat it and say, 'The old woman's daughter is clad in silver and gold.'" The gate opened, and the old woman ran out and kissed the stiff, frozen lips of her daughter. She wept and wept, but there was no hope. She understood at last, through her own wickedness and envy, her child had perished. And that is the tale of Father Frost. Thank you for listening to our story. If you enjoyed it, please take a look at our Patreon page to learn how you can earn great rewards while also supporting us. We appreciate even the smallest of contributions, as they allow us to continue to release new stories for free on Wednesdays, and also to provide bonus stories for your listening pleasure. Visit us at theskaldscircle.com to view our story archive, sorted by origin and region, and to stay up to date with all of our current developments. Once again, thank you for listening to our story.